Hi! Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my blind playthrough of Elden Ring. This is episode number 24, being recorded on Friday the 21st of October, 2022. I hope you're all having a fantastic day whenever it is you find yourself watching this. This game is quite something. It really is. So, a few things on the list today before we get started, and by a few I literally mean a few, insofar as you understand a few to mean three. And the first thing is all of my confusion. Oh, there's the drift again, gosh darn it. All my confusion and exasperation about Bach and the whole alteration thing. And not being able to understand why you would change a piece of gear in a way that makes its stats worse. And it occurred to me while editing that it's fairly obvious the reason why, and if you look at my headpiece, you'll know why. I switched to this headpiece, even though it has worse stats than the one I was previously wearing, because I thought it looked good, or at least it looked funnier than the one that I was wearing. It had more comedic value to it. And yeah, I think what's happening here is exactly the same. You're not supposed to think of it as an armor upgrade, but simply as an alteration. In the same way that, if you have have pants that are too long, you go to a dry cleaner or whatever to get it altered. Alterations is not, you're not upgrading it, you're just altering it. And in the same way, that Bach can basically take away the cape from this particular garb or armor, whatever it's called. Is it called armor? Yeah, the Caria Knight armor. He can take the cape away if you really want. But why would you? Because look at this. It's looking just fabulous. But yeah, so I thought I would point that out. I was so confused and just like, why would you ever do that? And I guess the answer is simply that it's for fashion souls, and there's nothing wrong with that. So for the second item on my list, we have to go to the Church of Vows. So given that we just fought Rennala, and obviously prior to fighting Rennala, we learned a lot about Rennala and about, oh gosh darn it, what's his name? Rennala and Radagon. We learned about both of them from Turtle Friend. So I figured we should follow up with Turtle Friend to see if he has anything new to say. Because hopefully, maybe, potentially, he can help us understand the whole Rennala Rani thing, because I'm still very confused by that. Hi, friend.
Greetings. Do you need anything?
Okay, he might not actually have anything new here.
To experience the miracle, absolute. You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor.
Okay.
Erdtree capital.
Okay, thanks, friend. Good night. And there he goes, off to Sleepland. Okay, well, so I guess he doesn't have anything new, which is fine. Because... yeah, okay, I guess that's all I have on my list, except for the third item, which is simply to say, just because I've been complaining about it for more or less the length of the playthrough, about having no job and whatnot, but the job search is finally mercifully over. It has been about 5 days since I recorded the last episode. Last episode, I think, was this past Sunday. And the following day, on Monday, I received a job offer for that interview I was, for the position for which I was interviewing that I talked about in the last couple of episodes. And yeah, really extraordinarily happy about that because, for all the reasons I mentioned, I just, it would be nice to have some job security. It would be nice to be able to work during the day and then to be able to do other things at night. And yeah, so I'm just very, very happy. Thank you all for putting up with my constant complaining about not having a job and all the things that went along with it. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to vent. I hope just knowing that I didn't really get any feedback from you all during that process, that it doesn't end up in a situation where everyone's just like, gosh, Aegon just needs to stop complaining about this over the course of the playthrough. It's getting really old now. So I hope that, you all don't find it too insufferable. But yeah, rest assured it's over now, thankfully. I originally accepted the position to start November 1st. It's now, as I mentioned at the start of this episode, October 21st, which means that I'm finishing off my current contract on Halloween on October 31st. And then the original plan was that I would start the new job on November 1st. But, I mentioned to them that we have a baby due on the 15th and asked if maybe I could use one of my vacation weeks when the baby's born, just so that, I can actually spend some time with the newborn. And they came back and basically said, well, wouldn't you rather just start the job later? And so I said, well, sure, if you're all okay with it, then so now I'm starting December 1st. So finishing the current contract at the end of October, and then I have all of November to prepare for the baby, and then whenever the baby's born, to get used to being a parent before starting the new job. So I'm extraordinarily happy about that, and just wanted to point that out so that you all don't have to worry about listening to me complain about it anymore. So, what the gosh, that keeps happening. What is directly in front of us here? Whatever it is, there's a friend spawning somewhere. Could it be, maybe it's in the Ainsel River well, because it looked like it was below the map or something. You know what? I'm going to try and quit and reload. So let's see if it happens again. Okay, so I think it was right in front of us. So let's see. We walked here and then, no idea what's happening. Maybe our controller is manually inputting some sort of command, which results in that happening. Gosh, this is the only solution to just get a new controller. I'm feeling very disheartened about this analog drift thing. And I was certainly warned about it. It's not something that, as I mentioned, I was unaware of, but gosh, I didn't think it would be this annoying. I still don't understand how Sony allowed this to happen, but I guess people are lining up to buy the console anyway, so it doesn't really affect them in any way, shape, or form. I spent a little bit of time off camera trying to find this gosh darn spot. And I've still had no luck at all, because you can see the thing in the foreground to the left, down and to the left from where the academy is. That is, I think, one of the Raya Lucaria gates. So that suggested to me that the thing we were looking at was maybe somewhere here. But I went and looked, and just nothing really seemed to line up, because the Erdtree is supposed to be to the left. So it would have to be here or somewhere. But, it might be in the Frenzied Flame Village. So, anyways, plan for this episode is not going to involve the Frenzied Flame Village. I think we're going to leave that for a bit. So I discussed in the previous episode this new exploration heuristic that we're going to try out. And part of that exploration heuristic is, as I mentioned in the previous episode, exploring as much of the open world area as you can is the first thing. And I think we've done that, with the exception of this area on top of the village of Albinarix that we don't know how to reach yet. With the exception of this area, the Frenzied Flame Village, which, when editing, I noticed that there was sort of like an Eye of Sauron thing in the sky. So perhaps not unlike the Frenzied... that was that same friend, I presume. Weird. Perhaps not unlike that Frenzied Eyeball. Gosh, I can't even remember what it was called in Bloodborne in the Nightmare of Mensis. the eyeball great one. And that even just it looking at you, even if you're not looking at it, it raised your frenzy bar. And so perhaps it's not unlike that. But yeah, there was sort of an Eye of Sauron thing in the sky, which is why we were building up frenzy even when we were not actually looking at it. But so, you know, I have a bit of a better sense of what is happening there, but I think we're going to leave that for now. Because we have all of these other things to do. So in other words, exploring all the open world areas is the first priority. And I think we've done that with the exception of those 2 areas, as well as this little pond here, which I noticed we didn't check out in the previous episode, but we're going to want to do that at some point in this one. And then after we've done that, the next thing is to complete all of the dungeons, followed by the destination areas. So, you know, we've already done the academy, and I'm considering the main Caria Manor gate as being another sort of destination area. So we're going to start. We've already done the Church of Vows thing, speak to the turtle, nothing there. So let's start with the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel, then we'll do the Cliffbottom Catacombs, Road's End Catacombs, and the Black Knife Catacombs. And then if we have time, we will start the main Caria Manor gate, in spite of my fear of the hands that are there. So yeah, let's start with the Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. So it is very early in the morning. I don't know if I mentioned that off the top. Well, I say very early. It's 9:20, so it's not that early, but compared to when I used to record. So these friends are very interesting. Sort of new, I think. I don't think we've seen these friends before, other than when we briefly entered this area and then I got scared and ran away. So they are possibly transforming into Crystalians. Okay, there's some very creepy sounding whispers in the background, which is why I stopped talking there for a second. I'm going to turn up the sound effects, and let's have a listen. So yeah, kind of spooky. So are these friends turning into Crystalians? Digger's staff, or are they just something, is this something else? Staff of a sorcerer miner who extracts glintstone from crystal tunnels. The staff itself is a tool used to mine, and the ferule, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. The ferule is also embedded with a glintstone. Boosts the power of stone digger sorceries. Somber smithing stone, level 2. Oh, beautiful. So we are desperately, I say desperately, we're not desperately in need of anything really at this point because, yeah, we are up to level 89 now. So I'm one level above where I said our goal was, which was to be level 88, so that we could have 30 in vitality. Is it vitality? Vigor. 30 in vigor, 40 in endurance and strength. And we have achieved that. So We're not in desperate need of anything. It's an interesting noise. But it would be nice to be able to upgrade our weapon to, I don't know why I went there, to plus 14. And we need one more smithing stone level 5 to make that happen. So, okay, this sounds a bit unsettling. So I assume this is some sort of mining activity happening in here. Whoa. Oh, yeah, they're using the... So this is the glintstone staff. Wow, that's pretty cool. It's like a blowtorch kind of. Really, really quite cool. This really does make me... brings me back to that idea I talked about earlier in the playthrough of the soundscapes of Elden Ring. And yeah, the more I think about it, the more that's something I think I would like to do. Because it would be really cool, I think, to just have, yeah, a collection of these, like, ambient videos. You know, some people use stuff like that for studying or working out or whatever, but smithing stone level 2 is not what I wanted. Oh, rolled too early. Yeah, and there's just so much care and time and attention went into crafting this world that, oh gosh, getting drift on this would be an absolute nightmare. Please don't drift. Please don't drift. Please don't drift. Thank you. What are all the bloodstains for? People missing the jump? Okay. I shouldn't laugh because, yeah, it doesn't look all that difficult to kill yourself here. Okay. Okay. We're okay. Whew. Yep. Okay. One more. No. One more now. How did this person die? Oh. I wonder if people are just overthinking it, maybe. Wow, look at how far down this goes. Holy moly. Blimey, that's a long way down. Okay. So to finish my train of thought, this is just, it's another example of the type of place where, you know, I could already see what the video would look like, and like just trying to get cool shots of these guys doing their work. And, you know, I would need to work out sort of how long to spend on each shot. I think it'd probably like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. And then maybe do 5 or 6 of them in each video. And then, so for this one, it would be something like soundscapes of Elden Ring, and it would be, what was this one called? Raya Lucaria Crystal Tunnel. And yeah, just showing different sights and sounds of this place, which I think would be pretty cool. And then even things that aren't sights, like just these friends just sort of taking a break. Just chillaxing. Insofar as that's possible when you're sort of half made of crystal. Oh. This is a different looking one. Oh, it's only because he's got like a backpack for all of his crystal stuff. Although this room, I'm just realizing, is the exact same layout as the Fort Gale tunnel that I was farming. Gale tunnel, I should say. The exact same layout. So again, it's not necessarily to say that this is a Chalice dungeon, but like they're using the same approach as far as like making the various pieces of it modular so that they can remix it and use it in different contexts, which makes sense when you consider how massive the game is. you can't create some, you know, a new layout for every single dungeon. It's just not possible. It already took them how many years? 6 years or something to finish this game, so you wouldn't want them to have spent much longer than that on it. But yeah, it's definitely the exact same layout. And then it immediately jumped out at me just because obviously I spent a lot of time farming in that tunnel. So I think this is different though. This leads to a different spot. But again, yeah, that's sort of how the Chalice dungeons worked as well, where you'd have a doorway and then they'd just connect a different piece to it. And so this whole room is like one piece, and then anything past the doorway. And likewise here in the Guild tunnel, there was a ladder here and not an elevator. So again, not necessarily a criticism, just an observation based on, okay, we need to get an item up there. Gosh darn it. Every time we go down an elevator now, this is going to be a thing. And I don't mind it, it's just, I don't know, I find it kind of tedious going up and down, but I also don't want to miss any of the items, so what can you do, you know? Where is the item? Oh, gosh darn it. I think it was off to the side. Is it here? Oh no. Oh, I think I screwed it up. I definitely screwed it up. Gosh darn it. Okay. Because unless there's nothing up there and that's just leading here, I suppose we'll see. I wonder if I turn down the camera sensitivity, if that would help address some of the drift. Camera speed. It's possible it might. It's going to take some getting used to, of course, but no. Okay, no, it's not working. Maybe I'll go halfway between. I'll go 3. Oh, it's just going to be somber smithing zone. Gosh darn it. Suppose we do still have that, the halberd we got from the horseback friend, the first boss we fought after entering Limgrave. Gosh darn it. Okay. So we do still have that we could upgrade a bit further, because we stopped, I think, at what, +2 or something for that. Or was it? We stopped at +2. It's got dreadful scaling though. So yeah, I don't know. I think I might just wait to see if there is something else that's worth upgrading with that. Okay, I think we still need to go up and down one more time. Let me just... Okay, maybe I'm going crazy, because I thought I saw an item, but now I'm not seeing it, so I don't know. It couldn't possibly be that good anyway, so I'm not going to bother. Apologies to anyone out there who is like me, compelled typically to get everything, but yeah, I only have a 3-hour window for recording as usual today, and I'd rather not waste it going up and down an elevator. Oh my goodness. Please don't drift, please don't drift, please don't drift. Yeah, I think this place would be quite valuable. Perhaps if you were a sorcerer using a sorcery build, or I don't know, because I don't really, obviously I have a fair bit of glintstone stuff already, don't really need any more. Or rather, sorry, upgrade materials. I don't need level 2 or level 3 upgrade materials. I have plenty of those. And yeah, the glintstone cracked crystal stuff, again, I got a ton of that in the Guild tunnel. So yeah, I'm not sure Maybe it's just because, again, I spent all that time farming in the Gale Tunnel, and that is technically a later area than this one. So had I come here before going to the Gale Tunnel, I might have been like, oh wow, this is a great place to farm. So sticking with our exploration heuristic, we're going up before down here. Oh wait. What? Did I totally miss the elevator here? I guess I did. And this goes back to the... Oh, you know what? It must have been a shortcut. Because, yeah, I did not see the lever there. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. It was a shortcut. I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but yeah. Yeah, so the dungeons are seemingly getting a lot more complex, which I appreciate. Because that was my initial complaint about them, was that they were just very simple and small. Marionette friend, that one had the golden eyes, which are distinct from those we saw with the frenzied rats, and well, the frenzied everything we saw in that area. They have those very strange sort of golden eyes. Is this marionette, is he polishing the glintstone? Or is he like, you know, caressing it in like a worshipping sort of way? He's venerating the glintstone. Not sure. Let's go to this place first. Don't trust anything here. Smithing stone level 1. Thank you for that, I guess. Level 2. Come on, where's the level 4? Or level 5, rather. Just need one of them. Oh my gosh, they're all polishing glintstone in here. Didn't expect enemy. All right. Swear the day I stop attacking chests is there's gonna be a mimic for sure. Crystal knife, a knife made by sharpening hard crystal. Signature weapon of glintstone miners. Used as a tool to extract glintstone from broken rock, and as such, a faint magic enwreaths the blade. By sharpening hard crystal. So that's not what those friends were doing, I don't think. With those, like they were caressing or just sort of admiring the glintstone. Oh, by the way, I considered at a certain point equipping this one, Assassin's Crimson Dagger. So if we're ever in an area where flask refills are scarce, that is something I'm going to want to try out, just to see to what extent it works. So we're going to be ambushed here big time, I think. So I'm not sure what the best approach is here to deal with these friends, because I think it would probably be backstabbing this one here, who is hard at work admiring this glintstone. But then, of course, as soon as we backstab that friend, all of the rest of his friends are going to be alerted. I'm almost certain, but let's give it a shot. Oh, gosh darn it. That didn't work. He has so much HP. That worked out. Thankfully, they are quite focused on their work. Oh, come on, level 4. Nope. Like I can always dream. Shatter Earth. One of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Raya, Lucaria, imbues the ferule of the caster's staff with magic, then thrusts it into the ground to create a magical shockwave. Allows one follow-up attack. A stone digger sorcery used by the glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel. At the Academy, use of this sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. That's very interesting. So, it's a sorcery that they use to aid in their mining, clearly, but it's reflective of this. Again, well, the item description says it explicitly. The stigma that is associated with, people doing physical labor. There's this distinction going all the way back to the ancient Greeks, I should say, where head work and body work essentially were considered two different things, and that obviously the those who were working intellectual jobs or pursuing intellectual things were considered noble and cool and worthy of admiration, but those who were working physically toiling as a form of labor are looked down upon. And that persists obviously to our day, that sort of unfair distinction and opposition. But yeah, this is interesting. You could also say, scholars like me who, I'm going to be working for an environmental consulting company now, that scholars who are still in the academy might actually look down upon someone like me because, I'm not doing what they would consider scholarly work anymore, even though, of course, tried to do scholarly work. But it was quite difficult to do because of the various constraints and whatnot associated with how the academy is run and operated under neoliberalism. So it is what it is. I've been a bit turned around here. I think we were going this way. But yeah, Shatter Earth. There's so many, I can't get over how how massive the scope of this game is. Just massive, absolutely just ginormous. Okay, so can we survive that? I'm going to assume that's why there's a message there. Yes, we can. Okay. Oh. I know that's not the color of a smithing stone, but I was still hopeful that it was going to be a level 5 smithing stone. Okay, at least we don't need the elevator. bow required ahead. Okay, so this is the boss. I probably should have used that item to reload our flasks a bit sooner, but alas, did not. So let's buff, and then refill, buff, and let's do it. Crystalian, okay. Hello. Oh, you got some fancy moves there, friend. Get a little boomerang action going, I think. Oh, rolled too early. Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing. We read about a bell bearing somewhere. I think we can turn that in at the Table of Lost Grace. Bell bearing. We can turn it in somewhere. I can't remember where. The bell bearer of a miner who once dug for smithing stone offered to the twin maiden husks at the Round Table Hold to gain access to the following items: smithing stone level 1, 2, and glintstone scrap. Okay, so that's not in and of itself tremendously useful, but now we know we need to look for bell bearings in order to gain access to the other upgrade materials, so that's good. So that was an interesting boss fight. As usual, I find the Crystalians fascinating. Ah, weak foe. I don't know what that person was saying about a bow being required, because, I don't know, maybe they're weak to bows or something, but that was obviously not exceptionally difficult for our build, but maybe that's just as a consequence of the fact that with an Ultra Greatsword, you have so much poise break that, assuming that their weakness is poise break, it actually was not all that difficult or problematic. So, is that it? I guess so. I may have missed one or two things in this area, but I think that's fine. Because I suspect that's it as far as things that will progress us, will help us make progress in this area, which is to say Liurnia Lake. But yeah, I'm satisfied. So let's head back to the entrance. Okay, next on the list is the Cliffbottom Catacombs. So something I meant to point out earlier, I missed this on my list, was I mentioned in the other episode that, one of the preceding episodes, that Renala's Great Rune did not need to be restored. It looks like I was wrong about that, so it still needs to be restored because we can't equip it here. So it needs to be restored, in other words, for a different reason than did Godric's. So yeah, obviously I was planning on going to the top of that Divine Tower regardless, but I'm interested to see what the difference is. Didn't expect behind. Oh gosh, it's one of these places again. Grave Glovewort level 2. Oh, it's for strengthening ashes. I thought this was a crafting material. White flower that blooms in catacombs. Each a soundless spell used to summon spirits. Strengthens ashes to +2. Spirit tuning is not merely the simple act of imbuing strength. It is an art that lies somewhere between tuning an instrument and conducting a conversation, leaving both parties enriched. I like that a lot, actually. It really highlights the relationality of it. Jellyfish Friend isn't just there as a tool to benefit me. Jellyfish Friend, it implies, is also being enriched by our relationship. So that's pretty cool. So what is the difference? A spirit nestles close to it. So you can see the difference in the item description, or sorry, in the illustration for the item. That the thing on the right is supposed to be a spirit nestling close to the glove ward. Renowned ashes. So, what is the difference? How can you tell whether ashes are renowned or not? I suppose we probably don't have any renowned ashes yet. Okay, yeah, obviously still I have lots to learn. Oh gosh darn it. Drift. Still have plenty to learn about the ashes and the summons and how all of that is supposed to work. Oh, I didn't want to use magic fortification, whoops. I wanted to use Assassin's Approach. So yeah, I don't want to use the word concerned about that, but I guess I have sort of a paralysis of analysis thing going on, wherein I'm worried. I knew that was going to be a trap. I worry about using the ashes to upgrade, my spirit, and then I get a much better spirit later on that I'm going to want to upgrade. So I'm worried about that. So I have been using this one, which increases faith by 5 levels, the 2 Fingers Heirloom. But, aside from buffing our weapon, it doesn't really, giving us maybe 4 or 5 extra damage on our weapon. It's not really doing a lot. So maybe we will try out the Crimson Dagger in this one to see if that additional ability to use critical hits to restore HP ends up proving useful. I don't know if it will or not, but root resin. Wonder how the game decides, because sometimes when you pick up items, it highlights them in the middle of the screen for you, and then other times it does not do that. And so I know sometimes when it's a new item, it says new on the screen and it's the large display. Other times it just sort of goes to the bottom right, and I'm not sure how it decides what to do in either case. Oh, this is a different looking friend. Oh. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay, dreadful Aegon. Too soon? Much too soon. Okay, that actually increased her HP by a decent amount, so I will take that. What is going on here? I think the catacombs are the most Chalice Dungeon-esque. You can see one of those friends we saw in Stormvale Castle right behind this statue here. Let's see if we can activate him. Yep, it's that exact same guy. Where to, friend? Can he not fit through the doorway? Oh, it doesn't look like he can. Whoops. Okay. What is he gonna do? I hate the sound of the pitter-patter of those little feet. Yes, I see you there. This one is a lot quicker than their friend. Yeah, you know what? That is a very useful item, I think. I do wonder if you combine that with that server type weapon. The, gosh, what was it? It was like a serpent's curved sword or something. What that would do. Like whether that would be sufficient. Oh, this is another one of the same friends. What the? How did you hurt yourself there? I wonder, is this the friend that we were seeing from that other side of grace? When we were at the Church of Vows, we saw someone hurt themselves. I wonder if that was the same one. Because this would have been more or less in that direction, I think. Okay, thankfully, oh, there's a little trap here, eh? Pressure plate. It's a good thing we walked on the side. His friends are not very patient. They rush out as soon as you're close. Yeah, so that's where the trap would have come from. Arrows. So we have another spot for using a stone sword key. I'm just perpetually clicking my... Oh, he's sleeping. Perpetually clicking my analog stick trying to lock onto things. Oh. Thought for a second he was sick or something. Although he may yet be sick, but... Oh, where are you going? Missed the parry. Can't parry his foot. Okay, enough trying to parry this friend. Yeah, they are looking in rough shape. Wow, level 3. Okay, so this place is a boon for our spirit tuning. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Try luring out and then seek trap. That's actually very clever. If you're having trouble dealing with that friend. Oh, I think this is this the friend we already activated? No, it is not, actually. Oh. Maybe you can't parry this guy. No. I just was missing. It's a nice little library you guys got here. Okay, Glintstone friends, I'm coming. Suppose I should have tried to backstab them in order to get some HP back, but that's okay. Although I have full HP, so never mind. Rune Arc. Should really start using those if we find ourselves in a situation where we're struggling with a boss fight, because I have 12 of them now. Sort of like the bright bugs of this game, a la Dark Souls 2. Of course. You would think that by virtue of the fact that you're using a key to get in here, there wouldn't be a trap immediately waiting for you, but nope. Nox Mirror Helm. Helm fashioned from a crystal looking glass, one among the Eternal City's ritual implements, easily broken and weak against striking attacks. Worn by those committed to high treason, it wards off the intervention of the greater will and its vassal fingers. Very interesting. So it's like this world's equivalent of tinfoil. You know, like this idea of like conspiracy theory type people wearing a tinfoil hat, hence the term tinfoil hat whenever someone's talking about a conspiracy or a conspiracy-esque theory about something, that you wear a tinfoil hat to prevent, you know, the greater will, the powers that be from reading your mind. And that is exactly the implication of that item description. I'm surprised none of these are like a secret passageway. You would think FromSoft would have used that opportunity to have you move a book or something and have a secret passageway open up. Maybe we've yet to see it, and that is actually something they're going to do. Be wary of trap. Yeah, there's a pressure plate right there. Also probably friends. Yep. Oh, of course. Hello. Where did you go? There you are. So yeah, it doesn't restore a ton of HP, but a decent amount all the same. So I am happy with this change. And I wonder, after every Great Rune boss we kill, do we get another slot? So are we just going to have like a ton of different talisman? Which would be cool. But yeah, I'm only expecting it for a few of the friends, but not all of them. Yeah, very useful, that. Try target lock. Oh. Oh, hello. Works for me. Is there one more? No, I think that's it. Okay. So this friend was like venerating the glove ward. Time for brief respite. Indeed. So right underneath us, I think, is that spot where we shot. Oh no! The shot where the spot we shot at that friend, I think, was here. So yeah, we've still yet to find a way to access that particular location. Oh, there's a pressure plate. Whoops. Oh, I was trying to trigger it there to mess him up, or it up. They obviously have no discernible gender. Wonder how it determines how much HP to restore, or if it's just... Does it have to do with how strong the person is on whom you're using the attack? Oh, couldn't get around them. Scythe. John Grimm's weapon. Large scythe featuring a long, slender blade. Designed to reap, this weapon is capable of rapidly inflicting blood loss while also slipping through an enemy's guard. In the hands of a highly dexterous wielder, it is capable of striking fear into the heart of any foe. Great Violet. That one is definitely, yeah, a crafting material. The hue of Ghost Flame. It's believed to be useful in calling forth spirits. Okay, so that appears to be it here. Or no. This is where we just came from, I think. Gosh, I've just got turned around completely. Yes, we just came from here. So once again, up before down actually works quite well here. Because now we can just whoop, and we're back where we started. So we've yet to go down there yet. But we've obviously cleared out the rest, so I think that's the last place we need to go. Actually quite enjoy the Assassin's Approach spell. So level 3 now. Wow, so yeah, we are definitely going to be able to upgrade things now. Although this is for renowned ashes. Ashes which keep their renown even after death cannot be strengthened by merely corporeal glovewort. Keep their renown even after death. So yeah, I don't get it, but suppose I don't need to. You know, I've been questioning, do we upgrade Jellyfish Friend? Or will we, you know, because that was the very first one we ever received. Does that mean there's a beast down here somewhere? Yeah, Jellyfish Friend was the first ever ashes we ever received. And so, you know, that suggests anyway that it's probably not going to be the best one we ever received, but like I still have not at any point found myself in a situation where I felt, you know, Jellyfish Friend is not good enough for us. But like maybe there will be a really good. Oh, we got another one of the carvings. Prattling Pate. Wonderful. So just to review, we have hello. Hello. And then, wonderful. 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 That sounds just a little bit creepy. Yeah, this, I'm very glad. So the other dungeon we were just in, I don't feel like that was really worth it. This one is absolutely worth it with all of the upgrade stuff we got here. Although again, probably not a fair assessment because the other one might have been worth it had I not spent so much time farming in Gale Tunnel. So, you know, you can just not listen to the things I'm saying, and that would be fair. I'm going to try and use the trap on this friend, who we've already activated. That worked out. Good suggestion, friend. Try stealth and then time for critical hit. So this ladder now is presumably going to lead up to that level that we've not yet been to. On the other side of that, one level up from that staircase. We've had no way of accessing that up until now. So again, notwithstanding the comparisons I've drawn between this place and Chalice Dungeons, the design is quite clever. I do think, and I presume this was not designed using random generation. or at least insofar as it was, there's definitely some oversight. They didn't just generate it and leave it and hope for the best. I think they actually did. There was some human intervention involved. Page ashes. Okay, interesting. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirit of a page. Spirit of a page who traveled at the side of the noble he served. Uses a piercing sword and crossbow to defend his master. One becomes a page merely by accident, by being born into obscurity. Nothing is asked of ability, talent, or volition. Interesting. Yeah, decisions, because my fear really is that we upgrade our ashes and it just we end up getting ashes that are way, way, way better and more well suited to the task than the ones we've upgraded. But, you know, I suppose that's the risk you take. So if it's anything like the other dungeons, that'll be right by the entrance. Okay, maybe not. Well, let's have a rest in any case. How did I forget about this friend already? Gosh darn it. Okay, where's the heavy door then? Oh, there. Whoops. Totally missed that. Either way, we were probably going to want to replenish our flask. Didn't expect weak foe. Dog ahead, okay. Alright, well, let's give it a shot. Oh, one of these creepy friends again. Oh my gosh, now they have 3 heads. Of course they do, because why not? Ooh. Someone lied. They said weak foe. It's not a weak foe. Nice butt stomp there, friend. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Jellyfish friend, I need you. Caden Sellsword Ashes. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirit of a Caden Sellsword. Spirit of a mercenary belonging to a horse-riding folk, skillfully uses a massive blade for dismounting other riders, and enhances his already considerable strength with war cries. The Sellsword of Caden made their prowess known on countless battlefields. Classic FromSoft, making my decision even harder after I just spent all that time complaining about not knowing what to do. So once more, I mentioned this previously, but the whole idea of returning to roots, yeah. And the roots running under the entire world, sort of sharing information. These people are all sort of assimilating themselves seemingly into this hive mind. The hive mind of the tree, of the roots, of the mycelium, of the all the different things we've talked about in this playthrough up to this point. The root resin. You did it indeed. Good job, friend. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff, I think. But let's head back to the entrance. I guess we don't really need to warp, but might as well. Next, now that that's done, is End Catacombs. Okie dokie. Catacomb at the end of the road. So obviously I think in reference to... what was it called? The highway. Not the Bellum Highway. Gosh darn, I've already forgotten the name. Oh no, actually we're on the other side. So we're right by the converted tower, as well as the Erdtree. So I wonder whether we're going to get additional upgrades here for our ashes. Although, and you can see indeed, we're near the Erdtree and you can see that there are roots everywhere. We're not... I guess we're close enough where a tree that massive could feasibly have roots that stretch quite a distance. Okay, that's interesting. To have the heavy door lever right out in the open like that. Not something I would have expected, based on the design of the other dungeons we've done up to this point. What are these friends trying to hit? Oh, they're throwing things at me. That's what they're doing. Okay. Fair enough, I suppose. Oh, gosh darn it. I lost more health trying to regenerate health with the talisman. I suppose that's the potential downside to it. Ooh. Okay, I thought I was being trolled there for a sec. Oh, gosh darn it, friend. Well played. Oh, no. Okay. Took a break to eat a snack. And now my timing is all off. No. Really not good at all. I was not expecting an illusory wall there. So let me just offload these. Human bone shard. Have we had that yet? Fragment of bone with dun mottling. Material used for crafting items, found by hunting those who live in death. Lamentably brittle, it crumbles at the lightest caress. Watchdog's staff. Large stone staff embedded with glintstone, wielded by Erdtree Burial Watchdogs who protect catacombs. The watchdogs, battered and broken over their lengthy tenure, rule the catacombs and are even said to command the imps. Unique skill, sorcery of the Crozier? Channel magic into the glintstone to activate an ancient sorcery, producing floating magic projectiles that chase enemies automatically. An alternate title for this playthrough could be Aegon tries to pronounce things and often fails at it. Oops. It's just trying to upvote that message. These friends are too crafty for their own good, because it really does just make you super paranoid, hyper aware whenever you hear the pitter patter of their little footsteps. Likely trio. Where are the others now? One to the left, and one to the right, of course. Oh, gosh darn it. Thought maybe we could clip through the wall. What's going on here? Raya Lucaria soldier ashes. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirits of 3 Raya Lucaria soldiers, a trio of spirits consisting of 2 disposable foot soldiers and their superior. The soldiers of Raya Lucaria were also known as the Cuckoos. They were given free rein by the Academy to wage war as they pleased, and they were infamous for their rapacious ways. It's time for fun with definitions. Rapacious as an adjective means aggressively greedy or grasping. So, in other words, they were given free rein to wage war as they saw fit, but they ended up simply attacking places and looting, which is pretty awful. So I wonder what the thing in the bottom right is supposed to be of the image. It looks like that's supposed to be Radagon or something. It looks similar to the statue of Radagon that we've seen in a couple of places. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting though. Gosh, our choices are getting more and more difficult as far as the ashes are concerned. Oh. Forgot all about the trap. Yeah, I used to be an adventurer until I took an arrow in the hip. I've already made that joke once in this playthrough. Don't know that it was funny the first time, but oh well. Okay, so now, where is the door that opened? Because this is the entrance, is it not? It is, okay. So I've clearly missed something. Okay, I thought we had done this already. Rune Arc, unless I'm thinking of the other dungeon. Okay. Weird. I could have swore we'd done this already. Which is why I was so confused as to why the illusory wall was back. Root resin. Can you roll? Yeah, you can also roll. There it is. Very interesting that we've seen very few illusory walls up to this point. And this dungeon throws a ton of them at you. You have to actually go through them all in order to seek slug. Oh no, it's the revenge of the slugs once more. Seek light, okay. Probably should have replenished our flasks for this, but let's give it a shot and see what happens. Whoa, Spiritcaller Snail? What? Oh, I don't think that can be parried. Okay, that's not what I was expecting as far as a snail. Ouch. Okay, that hurt. Okay, so this isn't the snail then. Ouch. Okay. This is bad. Aurelia, I need you, friend. No! Oh! Okay, so the slug is clearly... I can hear the slug. Okay, there it is. Clever. Whew. Okay, I don't know if we deserve that. Aurelia saved us there once again. Thank you, jellyfish friend. You're my favorite, despite all this talk of other slugs. Or other slugs, other ashes. Whew. Ashen remains in which spirits yet dwell, used to summon the spirit of a glintstone sorcerer. Spirit of a Raya Lucaria sorcerer wearing a stone crown. A scholar of the Alivnius Conspectus who has mastered the use of the glintstone star's sorcery. Okay, there has to be a skeleton thing. Skeleton ahead, therefore don't give up. So they don't have don't give up skeleton, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the message is still the same, so I appreciate that. Hopefully other people appreciate my pointing that out. Okay, yeah, it does not seem to really be anything else here. Just people returning to roots and ashes. So let's head back. Okay, what is next? Road's End Catacombs is done, so now Black Knife Catacombs. We really are just flying through these areas at this point, but I actually think this speaks well to the new exploration heuristic we've developed. Oh, crud. Because, yeah, it's, I think this episode, at least I hope anyway, I have no idea what people are going to be expecting. I think it has an interesting... It's interesting, I think, just doing these areas one after the other. Sort of rapid fire. It gives these episodes in which we're doing all these areas a different feel and a different flavor, I think. But who knows? Yeah, again, I've not been following any of the discourse about this game up to this point. So, for all I know, everyone hates these areas, and once people see that this is what I'm doing in this episode, they might be more inclined to just not do it, not be excited that I'm doing these areas in this episode, so who knows. Oh, that is a sorcerer friend, I think? Oh no, he looks just like Gatekeeper Gostock. Ooh, there are some guillotines. Okay, very interesting. Color me intrigued. Skeleton friends. This is the first time we've just fought normal skeletons. I don't know if we've... Like, the friends who rise up out of the graves that are all over the place, those, they're wearing armor and they have other things going on. These are just pure skeletons. Rosis's axe. I can speak. I should say the axe of Rosis. Usher of Death, Rosis, who shows the path to the catacombs throughout the lands between, is depicted on this ritual axe. The dead easily lose their way and have been in sore need of a guiding hand. Unique skill Rosis' summons. Raise the axe aloft to summon those lost in death. 3 skeletons will appear at a distance and attack in tandem before vanishing. So indeed, if I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see that it is that friend who sort of I compared to the prophets from the Halo series. They have the very long necks, and there are those statues which point you towards the catacombs. And it looks that it's got 4 or 5 skeletons who are sort of reaching out to them so that they can be guided towards the catacombs. And seemingly, you know, based on my working hypothesis anyway of what is happening in the world, that there's this drive to get people to quote unquote return to roots, because presumably that would strengthen the hive mind that the tree and the roots and everything represent. So, you know, it's guiding those who would live in death, unless that's a different thing that's happening, but it seems consistent anyway. Try lift. What does that mean? Is there an elevator? Oh, you... Gotta get the timing just right, and I didn't. Oh. Does that mean try it as a lift? Oh, I need to... Gosh darn it. Need to rebuff our weapon. Might have been smart... Oh no, that's bad. Whew, that was close. Might have been smart to reallocate our flasks so that... Spell-proof dried liver. So that we can more easily replenish our cerulean tears? Yeah, cerulean tears flask. I know. Ben, I'm here, I know. To be brave, right. I'm like, okay, right, but then just did not have a chance to react whatsoever. Okay. The ladder here. Oh, crabs, okay. Lovable sword ahead. I do love the crabs, I know. I'm with you, friend. Time for crab. I get an absurd amount of enjoyment out of the messages in this game. Most of them anyway, some of them not, but yeah. Well, keep up the good work, crab friends. Would any of you happen to know how we get into this cage? I suppose the answer is most likely to just go around, but... Oh no, big crab. Big crabs are less friendly. Oh, gosh darn it, okay. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Ooh. Oh, there's a second big crab there. Of course it is. Of course there is, I should say. Rip crab friend. Okay, now we can think. Could this be a throwing? I don't know what that means. Liar head, okay. So in other words, there's no illusory wall there. Be wary of strong foe. I should have heeded that message. Sorry to that tiny little crab. Okay then, so where to from here? So it looks like this should open. But I'm kind of at a loss. Again, we just went to a dungeon where there were illusory walls everywhere. So now I'm just thinking every wall is an illusory wall. Because it was necessary for progression in that dungeon. You could not complete the dungeon without finding the illusory walls. So, yeah, who knows? So at this rate, I have just under an hour left in this recording session. I'm recording on Friday because this weekend is going to be a little bit busy. So I won't. Oh, okay, so that person who said try lift, that is exactly what you need to do. You need to use it as an elevator of sorts. Oh gosh, darn it. Well played, skeleton friend. Just want to knock him off so that we don't have to deal with him. Oh, hello. Are you also dead? You are not. How did he die? No idea how that other skeleton died. Take out these friends as quickly as possible so that we don't lose our buff, because we are running low on our flasks, of course. So the statues are of those, the three-headed cat friends, who are, as we've learned, charged with guarding the catacombs. Or not the catacombs, charged with guarding catacombs. That's annoying. But well played, all the same. Hidden path. Okay. I'm going to assume one of the skeletons accidentally revealed that. So yeah, so I'm beginning to think we probably won't have time to progress in the manor in this episode. But I suppose we'll see. High road ahead. What? Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, I'm scared. Maybe we'll go fight the boss first. Although we only have 4 flasks remaining. So I don't know how well we're actually going to do. But we'll go fight the boss first and then we'll jump down there, see what happens. Although, yeah, okay, whatever. Let's give it a shot. Oh, okay, I'm so silly. I really am silly. Because I spend so much time being like, how do we get in this cage? And like, I should have known, it's so obvious, that we still had this to go to, and yet, yeah. Silly me. Now we're going to have to buff our weapon again, though, to deal with this friend. Rip. Thank you. Okay, so is that it? Okie dokie. Okay, let's go back to the Site of Grace, replenish, and then we'll give the boss a shot. So I'm going to assume that the boss is going to be one of those Knight of the Long Knives friends. all the same, we should just wanted to rest to replenish after buffing so that we can deal with these skeleton friends on the way if we need to. Although, that was just to enter the area, wasn't it? Or was it? Gosh darn it. No. So wait. Wow, I got totally turned around here. So are there 2 bosses in the area? Oh, and there goes my buff, of course. Try holy, what? Okay. I just confused myself majorly. Cemetery Shade. Oh, that's bad. Oh, oh my gosh. So it's like the soul flares from Demon Souls slash those friends from Bloodborne. Okay, that was a frightening boss. Oh, okay. Twin Sage Sorcerer's Ashes. So all of these friends whose masks we found, we're now finding their ashes in these various catacombs. Deathroot, okay, that's good. So, yeah, we're gonna have lots of stuff to feed Garank with. We have quite a few Deathroot, I think, at this point. 3. Well, that's not quite a few, but certainly more than 1. And I think we've already fed him 1, so yeah, I'd be curious to see what happens when we feed him more Deathroot. Oh, get out of here, silly skeleton. Okay, so now we need to go see what was behind that other fog gate. So are those friends supposed to be the necromancers? I actually don't think so, but let's see if we can just run by them. It's not worked out well so far. Okay, well, I'll take just losing 1 flask. I think that's not too bad. Okie dokie. Yep, Black Knife Assassin. That's exactly what I was expecting. This one has full health bar, though. Whoa. Oh, now I'm just parry spamming. Oh my gosh, okay, I should have quit while I was ahead. This guy never stops. Just relax for a second. Let me hit you. Okay. We didn't actually deserve that kill. We were just... Okay, so that's the solution if you want to recharge your Cerulean Flask. Yeah, we really did not deserve that, but the amount of damage we're doing with our weapon is obviously sufficient enough to just... Yeah, flail my way through the boss fight and have it actually work out. Black Knife Print. An assassin's dagger, misshapen and stained in cerulean,
critical hits restore FP.
This charm is modeled after the darkly gleaming blades used in the Night of the Black Knives, those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. Black Knife Print. On the Night of the Black Knives, someone stole a fragment of death from Malekith, the Black Blade, and imbued its power into the assassin's daggers. This mark is evidence of the ritual and hides the truth of the conspiracy. Very interesting. So what is this place, and why was the assassin here? A lot of bloodstains in here. I think I got really lucky with that first parry, and then every subsequent attempt after that, it just got worse and worse. Because, yeah, sunk costs. Sometimes you need to just accept it, that it's not working, and just move on. Forgot all about this friend. I got really scared there for a second. I'm like, who the heck is this? Sorry, friend. Okay, where to now then? That is done. So really the main Caria Manor gate is the next place. We are getting close to being able to level up though. 34,000, 13,000 more. I think we might not have enough actually. So we should probably just proceed then to the, before we go to the gate, we want to check out this lake thing here. So let's go do that. So the other thing I obviously don't want to forget is to do spirit tuning. But in order to do that, I think we need to get a sense of which one of these friends we're going to want to use. Obviously we know what Aurelia can do and that she's amazing. But, you know, we need to make sure that we're not going to regret not upgrading one of these additional friends. This one, the Caden Sellsword, is the one that sounded most appealing to me. Well, I don't think we read this one. Those who study the Twin Sage Conspectus are the Academy's elite, capable of mastering the Glintstone Comet Shard and Crystal Burst sorceries. So given that we are using what is primarily a melee build, like obviously we... Oh! Wait a second. Okay, we found it. Oh, stop, please. We found it. This is the angle. So we just need to find a graveyard. I know there was one literally right there, but I don't think the angle was quite perfect. So is that what this ghost friend is? It is just walking in circles. I completely lost my train of thought, what I was saying before that. Oh yeah, primarily we are melee, but we're using the spells, obviously. They're like utilities. As opposed to, we're not really a caster build. Oh, come on. Why is it foggy? No. Oh, FromSoft, why? I thought I figured it out. And then you and your dynamic weather. Gosh darn it. What's funny is that I think I've made this observation in this playthrough already, but that back in like the N64 generation, early 3D, fog was used to improve frame rates because you could just have things undraw in the distance. And then that would effectively, reduce the strain on the GPU and CPU or whatever such that you can lower the frame rate. And yet in this game, ironically, fog actually reduces the frame rate. It's obviously a different type of fog, but who were they shooting at there a second ago? So there's a cone of vision thing going on here, where once you're past a certain point, they can't see you. Although, what the? You gotta wonder who or what that's hitting. I really hope it's not hitting Blacksmith Friend. Where are these guys going? Okay, I guess we just have to wait for the fog to subside before we can actually see. Whether we can finally solve the mystery of the paintings. At this point, I somehow doubt we can figure it out on our own. And I'm still wondering whether we might be missing an item. That, ooh. I don't know if we've ever seen two alluring skulls right next to each other. Oh, and a third one right here. Gosh, they really know how to capture my attention, don't they? Okay, the fog is gone. House. Okay, I guess, yeah, that's some nice shelter you got there, friend. Okay, so this is almost exactly what we're seeing in the painting. But perhaps the angle is a bit more extreme in the painting, so maybe it has to be on this side. The only problem is that on this side, there are these trees that are obscuring it. So it's impossible to see it in the same way that you do in the painting. Ay, what a mystery. Oh, gosh darn it. All for 100 runes. Yeah, I'm still at a complete loss about that, even though we're at least maybe on the right track. We've still not figured out the other two. Like that, this can't be a tarnished or a human or anything, could it? Like, this has to be connected to the painting stuff, but I don't know how. Unless that's a group of them and they're sort of walking together to make it seem like it's just one person. There's really nothing here other than a bunch of crafting materials. Okie dokie. The angle really is more extreme than what we're seeing here. Or is it? No, it's almost exactly this angle. But I don't see any graves here, so like it has to be on the other side. But then again, on the other side, like it's impossible to see over the trees so that you're seeing the same thing that you see. Gosh, I'm so confused. Unless there are graves down here that I somehow missed. But no, I don't think you'd be able to see it in quite the same way as you do up here. And there are surprisingly few messages here. So no one really hinting out where it could be. So it has to be up there. It absolutely has to be up here. I do wonder, can you cross over? It looks like you might be able to. What's funny is that you could very easily argue, and I would not dispute it, that I'm doing anything I can to avoid facing those hands again. I'm sure you can get up there, but despair it. Yeah, it's not worth even trying, I don't think. Ah, valley. Okay, so I do wonder if we warp to the Grand Lift of Dectus, whether we could cross over to the other side and get behind the manor. Somehow doubt it's that simple, but I think it's worth a shot. So we still obviously have to deal with the whole area in front of the lift here. It's not something we've done yet, but do that in time, so we want to go there. I'm hearing what sounds either like another one of those ghosts, or it's a scarab. It's a scarab. Gosh darn it. Oh, leave me alone, bats. Stop it. Whoa, this is a... Oh, no. I was going to say this is a different looking bat, but it's only because they were on the ground. Should have healed before, because then we might have actually got a recharge on our flask there, but whoops. Okay, so that's the valley down there, so we just need to follow the cliff facing here. Again, I doubt it'll be this simple, but it's worth a shot, I think. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's possible. That part is way higher than this side. So you can probably reach this side from over there, but not the other way around. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay. Let's see. You can't see from here the Eye of Sauron thing in the sky. I only saw it sort of in the corner of my eye while editing. I missed it while we were going to the area. But I think that might be a byproduct of it there. It was quite unnerving, as you would imagine for an item that causes frenzy, but yeah. Let's head back. Okay, so I have about... Oh, I don't have enough FP for these? FP cost is 88. Oh, that's... Okay, interesting. So, we might have to change. We have one that increases FP. But that only increases it to 83. Oh, okay. So, we are, at some point, going to have to increase our mind, I think. I think that's what governs FP it is. Okay. 35,000. We have 87 of these. Yeah, I don't think we have enough. Maybe if we used one of these, because, you know, I feel like I'm not... I'm not going to use either of those, but yeah, I'm also hesitant to do it just because I know I've done it before in these playthroughs. Yeah, I think I'm just afraid of the hands more than anything, so, but if we can't use these, might as well unequip them. This one is FP cost 49, okay, so it's a little bit better. And this one is 59, so we can afford both of these, so might as well give it a shot. Let's try the sorcerer first. Hi, friend. He looks very surprised that I summoned him. Time to prove your worth. Is he hitting them? He's not hitting them. Of course he isn't. What? Ouch. Are they immune to magic or something? What's going on? Gosh, he's getting obliterated. He did not last very long there. So these hands, I'm wondering, is this an example of grafting gone awry? Yeah, that was not a very good summon. Let's try the other friend, see how he does. Let's try the other friend, see how he does. Or the other friends, I should say. Just audition all the ashes here. Have them fight the hands and see how they do. Well, that knight friend is certainly brave, if nothing else. Oh, they got the hand running. Uh-oh, that's bad. That's bad. You know, my initial thought process was we should get a friend who does something different from us. So Aurelia obviously fits that bill, because she, you know, uses poison. Obviously, I would use poison if I had access to poison stuff. You guys are very cool. I like you a lot already. So Aurelia does something different than us. And so kind of a complementary skill set that you might look for. And so that's why I was thinking the sorcerers would be better than these friends. But so far, so good, I think. Even though they do more or less the same thing as me. Which is to say we're all melee builds. Yeah, so far so good. I'm impressed. You guys have made the short list. I'm interviewing lots of candidates, so do your best. Tiny hand just came out of the ground. So, like, were they grafting here? And then, like, what the heck is happening? They all have these same rings, too. Absolutely frightening. Whatever they were doing. Oh, you guys are so cool. I love you. The fact that they sheath their weapons after each fight is over. I know I'm supposed to, like, look at these friends as, like, the little crabs and maybe not be so inclined to attack them, but I just can't. They're not crabs. They're hands with too many fingers. Smithing stone level 2. You guys, oh. Yeah, I like these friends a lot. I can't even speak. I'm so excited about them. my goodness, scared me. I'm expecting them when they hop down to just be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. No wait, I mean lots of fingers. Does not open from this side. Ugh. Golden Rune level 4. This place is so eerie. Creepy music too. Try not to stray too far from the main area until I need to, because oh my goodness, I saw that and it was too late. I saw it when it was too late. I saw it and it was too late. That's a kind of bear trap I've never seen before. Oh, that scared me. My wife is in a meeting. I hope I wasn't too loud there. I'm trying to keep my eye on the friend's health bar on the left, because if you start leaving the area in which they are typically found, this is what I saw, and it was too late. I just saw the fingernails. Because if you start straying from the area, their health bar starts flashing, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on it, because it's very easy to miss, I think. Oh, there it goes anyway. Rip, friend. Thank you for your service. Oh, I don't like these hands one bit. Not in the slightest. Maybe we should count the fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Am I counting that correctly? Ah, it's too many fingers. That's way too many fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the front. Maybe 11 in the front. This one's sort of behind the others. There was another one here. Where did it go? There it is. It's really hard to say. This place may in fact be a better place to farm runes than was... Oh my gosh. Stop it. They love sticking their fingernails out of the ground. This may be a better place to farm runes than was Fort Gale North. Because these friends give you about just under 500 runes per kill. The music here is beautiful. We have sort of like a glintstone particle effect in the background as well. Or just everywhere, I guess I should say. Not so much in the background as... I'm always a sucker for strings. These look almost like penguins from a distance. Oh, they caught me. Well played, friend. Oh, stop trying to grab me, please. Oh, complete waste. They drop somber smithing stones as well. Which again, not tremendously useful for us, but... You're getting close to being able to level up again. But you can even see the screen shake when the little ones fall from the trees and whatnot. So were they trying to like harvest body parts here for grafting? Should have rolled there. I got greedy. Okay, this is useless because we don't have any friends to get critical attacks on here. So what the heck should we use? I don't even know. Well, might as well go back to... Oh, no, not that one. Sorry. What was it that we were using previously? Vitality? Sorry, everyone. I'm not sure. I'm just so shaken by the hands. There are hands everywhere. Why are there hands everywhere? I've already forgotten once again what this status effect is. Oops. The number of hands here is too damn high. Oh, gosh darn it. I get distracted by hearing one behind us. Oh my god, there's one right there too. There's so many. Stop it, hands. I don't like it. Oh, just stop. Oh, okay. Relax. You're okay. Regret is covered in blood. And there's another big one here. Wow, there are so many here. And my mind is just like, this is disgusting, but oh, goodness. This is disgusting, but also there's this beautiful music playing, so it's a complete contradiction. We're almost out of flasks now. Glintstone Firefly. They do have some pretty impressive moves, I gotta say, for for hands. If you cut off my hand, I'm not sure it could walk on its own, so I'll give them that. Just gonna walk around clicking everywhere trying to lock onto things. They train you to look up, but then they have these things in the ground. So you're looking up, but then you're also realizing that you have to look down. Oh, you can critical attack them. I guess I'm doing so much damage with the greatsword that by the time you would have done enough poise damage to them, they're already dead. So that's why we haven't really been getting many opportunities to use critical attacks. So maybe I should put that back then. Just in case we get another opportunity to use it. I'm not really using the other thing anyway. You can hear a scarab. Because it would be ideal to be able to clear all of this and grab any items before proceeding. My goodness. Murder it with fire, please. Disgusting. Oh, it's a tiny one. Ah, okay. I really should not be so stressed out by this. Caria Piercer. One of the sorceries of the Carian royal family conjures a magic greatsword to impale foes. Charging lengthens the initial step in. The sorcery forms a counterpart to Carian greatsword, highly lethal when used against single foes riding alone. Unfortunately, we are almost out of time. So, I think we are just going to try to finish clearing out this courtyard. And then call it an episode there. I have some thinking to do about what ashes to upgrade. And so perhaps I will spend some time off camera here doing auditions with the various different ashes, seeing how they handle dealing with all the hands here. Ice Crest Shield. Small metal round shield, heavier than a wooden shield, but boasts higher damage negation. The Ice Crest originates from a Carian princess. Though the effect is slight, it boosts magic damage negation and resistance to frost. I don't think we've seen any shields that parry spells yet. Don't know if that's a thing in this game. It was certainly a thing in Dark Souls 2. Although I really can't remember whether it was a thing in Dark Souls 3 or not. I want to say it was, but it was certainly one of Dark Souls 2's newer features. So this is an analog drift that you're seeing here. This is me just clicking the analog stick everywhere, trying to lock onto any hands that might be hidden in the mist. Rhymed Crystal Bud. Okay, that was drift there. The controller heard me and said, "Oh, you wanted me to drift for you, eh? I'll get right on it, boss." To remember to be less obvious with my silly voices when my wife is in a meeting. I don't think she can actually hear from where she is. Okay, that's the entrance. But still, yeah, obviously I try to be careful. So that's the entrance. So I think we've more or less cleared out this main area here. $43,000 runes, so I think we need 45 or something to level up, but what is up here? Okay, we've already dealt with that. Love the music here. frightening and beautiful at the same time. And that's true, of course, for the music throughout basically the entire game, I think. Just wonderful stuff. Don't know who composed the soundtrack to this one, but as usual, FromSoft just seems to hit it out of the park with whomever they're working with when it comes to music and atmosphere and design in general. Question is, do we proceed here? Uh-oh. Yeah, I have 1 minute left on my time officially. As usual, I'm tempted to go a little bit over. But we'll see. See what happens here, I suppose. This could determine it. I know this thing wants me to rush at them. Because there's probably more of them there. Panic dodges. Once you know what's coming, they're not too bad to fight. I hesitate to even say that. Because I feel like as soon as they get comfortable, they're going to just obliterate me. We can't summon any more ashes at this point. Ill-omened creature head. Is it up? No. Praise the dog, indeed. Okay. Where to now? I'm just hoping for a sight of grace or something. There's a ghost there. Whoa, that's different than any ghost we've seen, though. And another painting. Gosh. My wife is in a meeting, though, so I can't do the voice, unfortunately. Time for rolling. Hi, friend. Or maybe I'll try to do it really quietly. Oh, Lady Rani, we have long awaited you. I pray for your house's swift revival. May the full moon shine upon Caria. Okay, indeed. Safety ad, okay, thank you. That's just what I was wondering. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, we're gonna light this. We're not gonna sit though, because I want to make sure that we've not missed anything in that main sort of courtyard area. And then we're going to call it an episode. So now I'm wondering whether I should have made this. What is the name of this? Caria Manor 1 or something. Because I was going to call this... My naming convention is completely like broken at this point, in part because the game is just so massive that I thought I understood sort of how it all worked, but don't think I did. We've already done all this. We should see the name of that site of grace. Manor lower level, okay. So this is obviously like the courtyard area. Really is easy to get turned around here. Because the hands are all so frightening. And also literally because my controller keeps trying to turn itself around because of the drift. Okay, I'm going to turn off the music for a second. Hear what this friend is saying. Okay, doesn't sound like anything too discernible. Just just speaking in tongues. Okay, he's an Albinarch friend. Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook Level 6. A record of crafting techniques left by a glintstone craftsman who served the academy. Contains information on faux sorceries, such as they were called. Acquire the knowledge to craft the following. Freezing pot. Craftable item prepared using a ritual pot. Engraved with the crest of the Carian royals. Originates from the cold, dark moon of Rani, the Carian princess. Definitely still a little bit lost as far as the storyline goes. What's going on here? Okay, these are some... Those who live in death friends, it looks like. Oh no, it's another Albinarch. Okay. Sorry, friend. Yeah, I have no meaningful sense of how long this area is supposed to be. That's a mine. One of those mine things. Whoops. Accidentally activated that. Because I'm thinking, like, should I just keep going? If I stop now, will there even be any content for the next episode? Those are pretty dreadful mines. Because at this rate... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will just refer to this episode as Caria Manor 1. I was originally going to call it, Liurnia Lake, I don't know, 7 or something like that. Wherever we are in terms of the progression. But yeah, it looks like that might be it for this area. That is a shortcut exit there. Did we go in this direction? I think we did. I think this leads up to the next site of grace. Okay then, well I think that's probably going to do it. I still can't believe we actually made it through all of the hands in the lower part of the area. That just, yeah, very, very unsettling. Which I suppose is to be expected given FromSoft and everything I know about them. Okay, there was an item over here I should probably grab first. Hiding under the altar, interesting. Smithing stone level 4. Oh no, we need level 5, but yeah. We can't. Be too upset about that. Okay, I'm creeped out. Oh yeah, manor lower level. We already checked that out. My bad. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. I'm glad that Regret just had an opportunity to take a bath because he was just covered in blood, and hand blood too, which is, ugh. Yeah, you don't know where that blood has been. But thank you all very, very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.